A healthy marriage is one of the best things one can get into. A healthy marriage is one of the best things one could get into. A man finds nurturing, femininity, kindness in a woman, and the woman finds support, provision, protection. If this setup is nature taken care of by both parties, then you experience true joy. I didn't say happiness, joy. The issue is that um, let's look at marriage as a league, yeah, a basketball league. We know that people that get drafted are very few, okay, very few. So if you're going to be drafted, if you're going to be included in the team, you got to perform. You have to show that you're worthy to be picked. So you're going to do, what does that look like as far as marriage? As a man, you have to get sure that you got your provision tools up, which is your job or your degree, whatever that is. That's your role as a man. You know, you're strong enough mentally, you're eating well, so you physically can protect. You got physical strength. That's what that look like. And the same analogy in terms of like the league. If it's basketball, you're practicing, you're training, you're in the gym, you're practicing those free throws, the 3 pointers. You're practicing that. As a woman, you keep yourself in shape. You do not go around sleeping around while you're waiting for this good man to come and marry you. Because sleeping around means you got all these backups now and body counts. Now, women don't like that, but that's just the way it is. Historically, in the culture, when people were paying the bride price, they were paying a bride price for a virgin. Now, I know people are far away from virgins. It is what it is. I understand we live in modern times. It is. But we're surrounded by social media. So the more sex partners you got, the more likely you have these people as your backup plan. So what does that look like as a training for the league as a woman? You keep yourself fairly pure. Fairly because we're being realistic. You keep your body the right size because it helps for fertility, for health reasons, for being around for your children. Now, when y'all both meet each other, each one, like you've been selected in the league now. As a man, you got your provisions, you got your temperament, temperament, right? Because it's important for our men to get our temperament, our demeanor, our mindset. So you got that as a man, okay? So you know how to provide, you know how to do all those things. Nothing, not the foolish notion of Hollywood, Titanic, I'm showing my age. But you got that. And as a woman, because essentially the man's going to be providing a great deal of. I'm not saying the woman should not work. But then the woman comes into the picture willing to be led by the man. Because the man's got more longevity in the workforce than the woman does. Women are prone to take days off for various reasons, womanly things. So now, in essence, when you get into the league, this is the part where I'm seeing the contract being broken because I speak to a lot of men. This is where I see that the social contract is being broken. The women will get into the league, they get drafted. The league is the marriage. And now they stop showing up to training. They break because you got to eat right to be fit, right? Because you can't run up and down the court if you're too heavy. So now they don't follow the dietary requirements that the coach is setting, the league is setting. They don't follow that no more. Now they don't listen to the coach. They show up late to training. They're missing games, and then of course they're still getting paid the same amount for the contract. Now the sad part about the marriage is if that player walks out, he still gets to get half of what the league is making. That's the sad part. So now, before to get drafted, you worked very hard, man and woman. And when you're in the contract, when you've got the contract, you would train your ass off. You make sure that you're fit. You make sure your meal plans, you're following them. You make sure that you show up to training. Okay? So now both are in the league now. Now, the man does not have the luxury of exiting in that such a manner. So it pursues that. Is showing up to training, showing up to the games, and so forth. We're not saying the man is perfect in this. Maybe was injured or a little bit lazy on the meal plans, but nonetheless, he's turning up. There's no incentive for him to leave, but the incentivizing of the women to be able to, even if you don't shop the games, you're still gonna get paid. So then they exercise that. So they're not performing in the league, and then they can exit at whatever point. It makes marriage a very ugly thing. It makes it this thing that one does not even want to participate. That's another reason why men don't want to be a part of it. It's the best thing a man and woman can be in. It's the best because the man is not lonely, the woman's not lonely. She is not just being frequented because there's not really a single woman. When women live by themselves, they have access to men that come and service them. And then they'll say, "Oh, I'm waiting for my man, but in the meantime, I got needs," which is very unattractive to all the men around them because they can see that you're doing certain things and they don't want you like that. So the ideal would have been marriage, but because of this, this whole not showing up to training, and then when you can leave the league, you can just break the contract and still get paid half and so forth. And should you have uniforms, babies, you don't want to return them, and you don't want the league to have them back or have access to them and so forth. So it's unfortunate that we live in a time when marriage is supposed to be a beautiful thing, but it's become very unattractive, extremely unattractive. And that's why I wish all men would boycott marriage so that we can come to the table and renegotiate the contracts at what it entails to be married and what expectations should be there. Because historically, both parties used to perform. I'm not saying it's not bad men who are in the league, bad men in marriages, but I'm seeing far too many women even give each other ideas on what to do and leaving and so forth. Divorce parties. It's a shame. I've said enough. Go ahead, like, subscribe. Let's get the word out. Peace, love, and blessings.